Welcome back, my fellow mobile gamers. My name is NimbleThor, and this is my weekly summary of the 3 best mobile games I played this week. And this might just have been the best week in a very long time, so I'm very excited to share these games with you. And I've saved my favorite game of the week for last this time, and I think you'll understand why I did that and why I love that game so much when you get to it. But with that said, let's jump straight into the first game, the challenging action dungeon crawler RPG Endurance, which is a prequel to the popular indie game Ailment, of course by the same developer. Set in the same top-down pixel art sci-fi universe, our goal is to escape a spacecraft where most crew members have been infected by a disease that causes them to become aggressive and attack us. And exploring this huge spacecraft is a true adventure experience, with hidden objects to discover, countless enemies and bosses to defeat, allies to team up with, and lots of backtracking once terminals that unlock previously locked doors have been found and activated. There's also a multitude of weapons to find or buy, and we progress by upgrading our health, speed, shield recharge, and trap detection using a single currency that we also earn as we play the game. The comical plot and numerous NPC interactions create a humorous yet sinister atmosphere, and combined with the unpredictable nature of exploring the spaceship, this makes for a unique and challenging space shooter experience. Endurance monetizes by showing forced ads between levels, incentivized ads to revive or for small upgrades, in-app purchases for more in-game currency, and then a $2.99 in-app purchase to remove all these advertisements. The monetization isn't pushed very aggressively, and the in-app purchases to remove advertisements is absolutely worth it for the many hours of entertainment that this game offers. The game is offline playable, it takes up 338 MB of space, it's available on both Android and on iOS, and it's difficult to find anything quite like Endurance on mobile, so be sure to check it out if you're a sucker for sci-fi action games with this dungeon crawler twist to it. Next, I've got a game for everyone who enjoys arcade games, and this is a good one, because Metboy is a fun, retro-inspired arcade action game where we attempt to fight through 5 worlds of enemies and challenging bosses while competing for the highest score on online leaderboards. The game has a rather simple control system that has us tap either side of the screen to jump and spin in that direction, which also triggers, and hold on now, a boomerang blade being thrown in that same direction. And our objective then is to jump from side to side, clearing waves of enemies that die when we spin jump into them or when our blade bullet hits them. Since we can jump as often as we want, we can essentially fly across the entire screen, which is great and it's fun, but it also makes us very vulnerable if we don't watch out for enemies coming from the sides or coming from the bottom or the top of the screen. The almost impossibly difficult gameplay forces us to complete all 5 levels, in one go without dying even once, and there are no advertisements for a free revive or any other system like that. It's brutal, but it's also really fun, and especially if you like difficult arcade games. Gold earned by killing monsters can be spent on temporary upgrades that last till we die, while overall progression happens by spending another currency earned through gameplay as well on buying new chips that enhance our character by adding extra attack, extra HP, or extra gold gain. Metboy monetizes through banner advertisements that are shown in menus, and then forced ads that appear when we pause the game, both of which can be removed by buying any of the in-app purchases that also provide more of the currency needed to progress in the game. This monetization system is very relaxed, and the game can easily be enjoyed as a free player, so I quite like it. The game requires online access, it takes up 413 MB of space, it's out on Android and on iOS, and if you have any room in your heart for arcade games, then you gotta take Metboy for a spin, because it's one of the more fun arcade games I've played on mobile in a long while, and hey, it's free to try, so you can go find the download links in the description box down below this video. And then now for my favorite game of this week, Melvor Idle, which is a fun indie cross-platform browser, PC, and mobile idle RPG, very heavily inspired by the progression system of popular MMORPG RuneScape. So yep, there you have it. Of course, any game that mimics RuneScape, I'm almost bound to love, and I think you guys will really like it as well, because just like in RuneScape, we level up a range of resource gathering, refinement, and crafting and combat skills from level 1 to level 99, which allows us to gradually defeat stronger and stronger enemies, and eventually defeat some of the bosses as well. All the different resources and skills in this game are exact copies of those found in RuneScape, which makes the gameplay experience a true nostalgia trip for any RuneScape fan. And while crafting and resource gathering is idle, combat does require the game to be open, at least on mobile, so that we can collect loot and eat food to avoid dying, or even use prayers, and this is especially important, of course, during the strong boss fight dungeons. The game is gradually differentiating itself from RuneScape though by adding new content such as minigames and milestones, and since the game is only in open alpha at this point, it does receive very frequent updates as well. The game monetizes through showing advertisements at the top or the bottom of the screen, and then it has a single one-time $4.99 in-app purchase to remove these, which means the monetization system is absolutely perfect. The game requires online access, it takes up only 21 megabytes of space, it's out on Android, iOS, web, and soon Steam as well, and it's one of the best idle games I've ever played, and so if you like RuneScape, you are definitely gonna love this one. So there you have it, 3 amazing games in just a few minutes of your time. Be sure to let me know what you thought about these in the comment section down below, and subscribe and hit that notification bell for even more mobile gaming goodness. And then, until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.